Hey everyone, it's Sarah. Jill and I have been in Buenos Aires now for about 3 weeks, and we thought it'd be fun to try to make a video blog or vlog just to try it out. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about some of the food that we've had since we've been in the city. So most people would probably assume that in a city the size of Buenos Aires, there's a wide variety of food available to you. But from our experience, when you walk down the street, almost every cafe is offering the exact same thing. Typically they have empanadas. They usually have 3 different varieties of that, which is either beef, chicken, or ham and cheese. They usually have pizzas, which are made of like a thicker bread kind of crust than American pizzas, and they have very few toppings on them in general. Like each slice will have 1 olive. And most places have some beef dishes, especially a milanesa, which is a very thin beef steak, kind of breaded and then fried. Most places also have a few different pastas on their menu, especially ravioli. That's found pretty much everywhere in the city. Then if you want coffee, most places have media lunas that they serve you with the coffee, which are like croissants, but they have sort of a sweet glaze on top. Of course, Buenos Aires has plenty of McDonald's, but surprisingly it's actually pretty expensive to eat there. A value meal will cost you about 25 pesos, which you could buy a whole pizza for, and that's roughly about $6, but when you compare how much food you could get elsewhere, it's pretty expensive. So if you're out and about and are sick of McDonald's or empanadas, another thing that you'll find pretty much everywhere is a super pancho, which is a foot-long hot dog that costs about 3 pesos, which is less than $1, and they typically come with either ketchup, mayonnaise, or the combo of the two, which they call salsa golf, and you can also usually get tiny little french fries on top, or like green and red peppers on top. So as you might imagine, Jill and I got sick of pizza, pasta, and beef pretty quickly. So we wanted to try to find some other kind of food, and you know, in an international city like this, you would expect to find lots of options. But we were able to find a sushi restaurant, which is actually located inside a Japanese cultural center, which was really cool to go check out. They had a spinach appetizer that I really wanted to try, so we tried it, and it tasted great and was full of spinach, so it must have been healthy, but it was kind of like eating 5 boxes of Raisin Bran, because it made us feel pretty bad afterwards. We ended up taking some of the sushi to go, and they acted kind of like we were crazy, because most people don't really take leftovers here, so they didn't really have stuff to wrap it up for us, so they wrapped it in this actually really beautiful package. And I thought it was really funny to read the placemat, which was like reading a Japanese proverb in Spanish. Once Jill and I got settled in the temporary apartment that we're renting for a month, we wanted to get some groceries so we could finally eat at home and save some money and cook some food that was a little different from what we've been able to get while we've been out. But it was actually not that easy to get groceries. Most neighborhoods are full of these really teeny supermarkets called supermercados that are more like convenience stores that lack most of the basic things you would need to cook a meal. They have all sorts of pre-made things like some frozen pizzas, lots of beer, some ravioli, and stuff like that, but not a lot. So in order to get real groceries, a lot of times people will go to separate shops for most everything. There's bread shops, fruit stands, shops that sell chicken, shops that sell fish, shops that sell beef. When you go to the butcher shop, the cuts of meat are different from the US, so Jill and I have been a little timid and haven't bought any real meat yet. We've bought some ground beef because we aren't exactly sure about what kind of cuts of meat we should get to cook what we want. But they sell the small intestines, which people typically braid together and grill. They sell kidneys, they sell brains, they sell the pancreas, they sell the liver, they sell tongue, and the list could probably go on and on and on. They do have real supermarkets here that are like the size of American supermarkets, but they're a little harder to find. One of our favorites is called Jumbo, and we were really excited when we first found it because they had everything we needed. Interestingly, a lot of the dairy products they sell are actually not refrigerated. They sell milk in bags or cartons, and the bags of milk are always refrigerated, but the cartons of milk just sit on the shelves and aren't kept cool at all. They also sell eggs on the shelf, unrefrigerated. If you want to buy any kind of pasta sauce, it's pretty much impossible to find. They sell these little cartons of tomato puree pretty much everywhere. So then it's up to you to take it home and turn it into something that you can actually pour on your food. So there are some products that Jill and I would like to buy but we can't find at the grocery store, like bacon, cheddar cheese. They have a cheese that they call cheddar, but it's a lot more like American. Peanut butter. Skim milk is really difficult for me to find. What else? Turkey is actually really hard to find because they have a whole lot of ham here, but not much turkey. But we weren't able to find any brown sugar, so we bought black sugar as the closest substitute. And when we made the cookies, they looked beautiful, but they didn't turn out right. The taste wasn't there. It just didn't work out. So we're gonna have to find a way to get some brown sugar down here. Whenever we felt a little homesick, we've wanted to try to make some meals that we really like from home. So we made some spinach, tomato, tortellini soup. We made some tacos, which were really easy and delicious. One day we bought quite a few groceries to make eggplant parmesan. We bought them in a neighborhood that wasn't our own and took them on a really crowded bus, and it was really uncomfortable. And we got home and Jill must have spent an hour and a half making her eggplant parm, and then right as it was ready, the glass dish in the oven just exploded for some reason, and that meal had to be scrapped, and it was quite a disappointment. But just tonight, Jill gave it another shot in a metal pan, and it worked out great. So that was a little overview of the food that we've gotten to eat here so far. I'm sure we'll have more to say as we spend more time here. And I think Jill will be posting a vlog sometime in the next month. Thanks for watching. Bye.